This marks the 5th part of this manhwa. If you haven't viewed the previous parts, you can access it by clicking the I button located above, or the link is provided in description. Let's aim for 100 likes on today's video. To show your support, consider subscribing to the channel. Let's begin our recap video for today's manhwa. Deep in thought, Raul questioned the merits of living within the system's confines. He pondered whether blindly following the predetermined quest was the right path. Realizing his plans based on the player's perspective might limit him, he sought a unique role as a nobleman of Connect. Worried about repeating past mistakes, he yearned to find a task exclusive to him. Turning to Philip, he asked about the disheartened people nearby, seeking insight into their personal information and circumstances. Philip inquired, "All of them?" Raul responded, "Yeah, and provide consolation money to those who lost family or had them kidnapped, helping them find jobs." As Raul contemplated, he felt remorse for burdening someone who came to fight. Philip expressed surprise, stating, "I thought you only stepped in when things benefit you." He assured Raul that others wouldn't refuse, except for someone who might say no, gesturing towards Jake. Jake questioned, "Why is he looking at me? I don't hate doing good things either." In a whisper to Raul, he added, "But still, are you going to give me a day off, right?" The gathered people expressed their gratitude, saying thank you. "Long live Count Ashton. Long live young Master Raul." Raul considered, Mira's citizen support will be helpful with other guilds. Although calculated, it's like killing two birds with one stone since they appreciate it. Staying here longer to level up and gain practical experience seems like a good idea. Meanwhile, an elderly person in a hoodie observed Raul from a distance. The following day, Reynaldo expressed, "I've inconvenienced you a lot. You've given me a much-needed break." Raul replied, "Well, even without me, you would have resolved it too." Reynaldo countered, "No, I couldn't even sleep after hearing the news about Mira being targeted by the Empire swarming with evil seeds. Without your report, we would have been in big trouble." Raul remarked, he was surprised too. Who would have thought that the Empire's evil forces reached Mira, clearly within the Kingdom of Ruben's territory? Judging by their hideout, it seemed they had been working in secret, training demonic soldiers for quite a long time. Reynaldo revealed, "To be honest, this wasn't the first time there were missing cases, but we couldn't subjugate them due to the treaty." According to the treaty, Mira wasn't allowed to have an army, only gods, and they couldn't showcase even half of their capabilities outside the city. Come to think of it, someone from Randall Viscounty came, as you said. They claim to have destroyed the spies' hideout and are vigorously demanding compensation. If not for your request, we would have just kicked them out. Raul commented, as expected. But, as he had said before, this matter. Reynaldo interrupted Raul and remarked, "Yeah, we should attribute this to Randall Viscounty. But don't you think it's too bad? Not only will you gain a great reputation, but you may also receive rewards from the royal palace." Raul responded, "Thank you for the concern, but please just do as I asked." Reynaldo teased, "Oh my, you're too careful. That's not fun for your age anyways. I'll take care of this matter well." Raul pondered. The Randall bastards can handle the Empire's hideout and draw their attention. It's their contribution. His thoughts were interrupted by Reynaldo, who said, "By the way, I don't know what I should give you as a reward. I don't think money will be enough. What do you want? I will give you anything." Raul continued his thoughts, thinking that Reynaldo was finally saying something he wanted to hear. Raul then expressed, "Then, I'd like to ask you for a favor. I heard that your mansion has a study with a collection of valuable books. If it's all right with you, may I take a look at those books?" Reynaldo remarked, "That study? It's nothing much, but feel free to take a look to your heart's content. If you want, you can even take one of the books with you. But still, it seems like that won't be enough. So I'll show you the secret treasury too. I'll let you choose one thing from there as a gift." Raul expressed his gratitude, saying thank you. As expected, you're very generous. Reynaldo added, right, I give generously when needed. But some people call me stingy. I wonder if they've hurt their eyes? Raul thought to himself, wondering why Reynaldo was showing off when he had to give him a reward anyway. Shortly after, in Reynaldo's study, a servant said to Raul, I shall leave you be. Please feel free to take a look. Raul thought to himself, realizing that this was the place he had heard about. He knew that while the books may appear to be miscellaneous, they were actually a marvelous treasury of skill books. A window popped up, asking, would you like to acquire the B-rank skill book Thunder Pierce? Raul continued his thoughts, realizing that all the books in this library were skill books, and he felt overwhelmed just by looking at them. He knew he had to carefully search for the book he wanted, as there was no guarantee he would have the opportunity to return. He noticed a subtle light coming from a particular book, and he knew he had to take a closer look at it. Another window appeared, displaying the information, study of ancient rituals, spells, and instructional methods for mental cultivation. Raul contemplated the lengthy title and thought to himself, what a long title. But this book. Suddenly, a new window popped up, revealing detailed information about the book titled Quercus Meditation Art. The window stated that it was only available for psychic ability users, with a grade of S, and a unique effect of providing a 24-hour automatic meditation effect and the ability to engage in mental training. The description explained that this meditation art was used by ancient psychics to cultivate spiritual power and that it allowed individuals to purify their souls by connecting with nature and utilizing a mental imagery space. Additionally, there was a popular belief that meditating near an oak tree enhanced the effectiveness of the practice. Raul pondered the exclusivity of this meditation method, specifically designed for S-level psychics. He exclaimed, I finally found it. Now I can finally obtain these skills. In my previous life, Bae DoHyun managed to achieve a top rank in the early stages with just a B-rank meditation art. However, my insufficient spiritual power capacity eventually led to my downfall. By the time I attempted to find a better meditation art, the path to acquiring skill books had already been monopolized by large guilds and other high-ranking individuals. Initially, skill books related to superpowers had abysmal drop rates, and information about them was scarce. However, over time, details about the Quercus meditation art began to surface. According to a renowned flame magician ranker from Japan named Sakata Shigehisa, the mayors of the starting cities concealed one S-rank skill each. Among them, Sakata had acquired a superpowered skill from Mira's library. Reflecting on his past life, Raul remembered obtaining an S-rank skill book in the starting city of Ignet. Unfortunately, it was a magician-exclusive skill, rendering it useless to him. However, this time would be different. The cumulative effects of the meditation method would ensure he never ran out of spiritual power, right? Furthermore, while psychic abilities may not appear impressive initially, their power and range of use expand significantly as one's level increases. With sufficient spiritual power support, increasing Raul's proficiency would become much easier. If he could reach the level he had in his previous life before a full-scale war with the Empire began, he would really be able to turn the tables upside down. He was looking forward to that day. Raul chose a moderate mana ring from Reynaldo's treasury, knowing that there were much better things in his hometown anyway. He decided it was time to tackle some personal reorganization that he had been putting off until now. He completed all 70 quests he had gathered in one night, including the skill books below C rank and the rare grade items. He also amassed 50,000 player-only coins. Raul issued a command for the system to open the status window, revealing the following information: name Raul, level 55 hardcore mode, job Night Sword Expert Beginner, mid-tier psychokinetic, belongs to County Ashton, 1st Guild, unique traits, skill collector grade X, developers analyzing I grade X, psychokinetic Meister S+, royal lineage, and known grade X. Raul contemplated, In 1 month, all my body stats have surpassed 65, with mana and spiritual power exceeding 70. I can now be considered skilled. Superhumans like swordmasters or high-tier psychokinetics have around 90 stats. In my previous life, I even reached 90, and willpower and senses. In this life, I'm aiming to elevate all my stats to 90. If the opportunity arises, I'll strive to be the first player to reach 100 stats. It might sound like a dream, but Raul genuinely has numerous opportunities in this life. For example, the information window displayed the details of the Regnator Power armor. It was graded as a B and was currently bound to Raul. The armor was partially open but sealed, with an output of 1.5 core power. Its operating time was limited to a maximum of 5 minutes, and it operated in self-charging mode. The defense technique of the armor included a mid-tier mana blade attribute force field with 6 circles, although the attribute effect was reduced by 50%. The armor was a replica of a mythical power armor, but most of its functions had been sealed or transformed due to crossing time and space. The seal would be undone once special requirements were met. The armor also had special functions, including condemnation, which amplified its effect by 200% against the target of the oath, and covert satiation, which allowed it to absorb lower power armor and imitate its function. Raul, who had reincarnated, had 2 items accompanying him: the skill decks, which had been unlocked through quests, and the awakened Regnator Power armor. He had received a quest related to their skill decks, which required him to solve 50 quests to undo the next seal. However, he had no clues about how to handle the Regnator Power armor, possibly due to its challenging current output. In addition to unlocking their power armor, Raul had also unlocked a unique trait. An information window popped up, revealing the details of the developer's analyzing eye. It was graded as an X and allowed Raul to borrow the developer's vision to steal information related to the system. This trait facilitated the analysis of special energies and explained why the Raul had been able to see NPC information and mana flow. He speculated that he had acquired this trait when he subdued the Imperial Hound's demonic energy. To confirm this, he planned to check the quest that appeared together with the unlocking of the trait. However, he noted that this anomaly might be due to attacking the Imperial Hound hideout too early, as the quest typically appeared when leaving the starting city. If he followed the same route as in his previous life, he would constantly encounter the Empire to obtain the black magic stone fragments, navigating scenarios amid their extreme interference. However, he no longer had to do that now. Being both a player and a citizen of Connect, the choice of scenario and the quests he cleared were entirely up to him. He was no longer a puppet moving along the developer's wishes. If the ending they decided and what he wanted were different, he would move as he pleased, even if it meant destroying the scenario and the quest itself. The following day, Bernard called out, "Young master, are you inside? Nikki has regained consciousness. Miss Nokia would like to meet you. What would you like to do?" Raul responded, "Of course, he should meet her. Let's go." Upon meeting Nokia, Raul inquired Nokia, "How is your little sister doing?" Nokia expressed, "Young master, you're here. Thank you very much. I don't know how to repay your kindness." Raul remarked, "Don't mind it. Before that, since Nikki is not all better yet, I need you to be stronger." As Raul contemplated, he wondered, "Then shall I check Nikki's state too?" Nikki expressed gratitude, saying, "Thank you for saving me." Nokia apologized, stating, "I apologize, but Nikki is very shy." Raul reassured, "It's fine, she's still young." In his thoughts, he added, "She's still unwell. How pitiful. Shall I check more closely?" Upon closer inspection, Raul noticed Nikki's strong mana and pondered, "What is it? What's going on? Did the others not notice it? I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but I'll have to look at it again through the developer's analysis." As he observed Nikki's status window, Raul became shocked. Raul was taken aback, thinking to himself, No way, I thought she was just a kid. As he looked at the window displaying information, he read the details. The name was Nikki, a 13-year-old with a level of 5. Surprisingly, she had no class affiliation. She was associated with the Free City Mirror. Her talent was unknown, but it had a potential grade of SS. Raul examined her stats, noting her strength at 5, agility at 3, and stamina at 3. Her intelligence was at 60, with a deduction of 30. Similarly, her willpower was at 65 with a deduction of 25, mana at 62 with a deduction of 61, and senses at 52 with a deduction of 45. Additionally, she possessed 3 unknown unique traits. Raul pondered. Double S potential talent. Her illness is bringing her stats down. But what if I can cure her illness and bring out her true stats? I can't even imagine how powerful she'll be. Just as he was lost in his thoughts, Nokia asked him, "Sir, what's wrong?" Raul quickly replied, "It's nothing," but internally, he resolved to delve deeper into the matter for Nikki's sake. A few days later, Raul muttered to himself, "Okay, he has all the papers he needs. He's almost done with Mira. Everything is going well." They found more rogues and slave traders and rescued 50 more people. Now Mira is the safest place. The construction of the guild house was completed, and some guild members were now living there. Many of the civilians they had rescued were willing to work for them, and Raul was confident in every aspect of their progress. The only thing left was. Bernard said to Raul, "I'm opening the door." Nokia entered the room. Raul then asked, "How is Nikki doing?" Nokia replied, "She's doing much better, thanks to the hard-working priests." "Thank you again," Raul responded. That's nice, however. In his thoughts, he believed that Nikki's condition had not actually improved and couldn't be healed with divine power in the first place. Raul said, "I asked to see you because I wanted to talk to you." Nokia replied, "I see. I heard you are leaving today. Is that true? I haven't been able to properly thank you yet." Raul explained, "Yes, I've stayed longer than I was supposed to, so I'm on a tight schedule now." Nokia offered her assistance, saying, "Ask me anything. How may I help you?" Yet, in her thoughts, she wondered if there was a reason why he had helped her and Nikki so much. She had encountered many greedy nobles in the past and was scared that Raul might be the same. She didn't want to disappoint him. Before Nokia could dwell further on her thoughts, Raul interrupted and said, "It's not what you're thinking. Why don't you read this first?" He handed her some papers, and as she read through them, Nokia became shocked. One of the papers showed information about a pardon letter, forgiving all sins committed by Nokia in the past and releasing all charges against her. In surprise, Nokia asked, "Pardon? Is this real? How did you?" Raul said, "Luckily, it was something that could easily be settled with money." And Raul thought, the paper he had just given Nokia pardoned her of her sins. He had to use quite a lot of money to get permission from the Alliance, but that was nothing compared to her worth. Meanwhile, Nokia thought, she had suffered through 5 years of pain because of the mana restriction. It was a problem she thought she could never escape. Raul had solved it so easily. She realized she was stupid to have compared him with other nobles and felt arrogant for doing so. Raul asked Nokia if she was okay with it. Could she tell him how she got her mana restricted? Nokia said, when she was a kid, she left her hometown. Her alchemist teacher saw her talent as an alchemist and helped her get into the Alchemist Association. She made a name for herself as a young talented alchemist and even mastered 3-circle magic at the age of 13. But then misfortune struck when there was a disease outbreak in her hometown, and she lost her family. Only Nikki was left when she arrived. She tried to bring her to the association and live with her, but the misfortune didn't stop. When Nikki turned 6, she got an incurable disease, probably because of Nokia's exposure to hazardous substances. Nokia focused on finding a cure for 2 years and made it to the 5th circle at the age of 18 during the process, but it meant nothing to her. When Nikki's death was approaching, She couldn't think of any solutions. She broke the taboo by using alchemy on a person and kept Nikki alive using materials she stole from the association. However, Nikki couldn't even stay awake without medicine. Then she was caught breaking the taboo and got kicked out of the association with constraints. They settled in their current location after wandering around for a while. The city was safe and the blessings of God helped with Nikki's illness. However, mana restrictions and a sick sister didn't look good to the people here, so his talk was interrupted by Raul, who said, "You've been through a lot. Now drink this. It will free you." Nokia took the potion from Raul and drank it. Nokia thought, "It's been 5 years, but it still feels relaxing. I missed it." Meanwhile, the status window of Nokia popped up, revealing information. Nokia was 23 years old, at level 68, and an intermediate alchemist 5th circle. She was affiliated with the Free City Mirror. Nokia's stats included a potential talent grade S, unique traits such as Master of Alchemy grade S, Precise Tuner grade A, Genius Absurdity grade A-, and one unknown trait. Nokia thought, "I get it now. What he really wants from me." Nokia then said, "I, Nokia, will be loyal to Sir Raul. I am eager to see you save many others, just like how you saved me and Nikki." Raul replied, "I accept your loyalty, and I won't forget what you said. I'll give you this as well." Nokia asked, "This is?" Raul answered, "It's for Nikki's illness, a monofalaria. A great alchemist that's no longer in this world left this. There's a part missing in it, so it needs more research. Nokia, make the perfect cure using that. That's the first order I give you as your lord." Nokia said, "I'll make the perfect cure with my life." And Nokia thought, "I decided. For the rest of my life, I'll live for him." Raul observes Nokia exiting the room, though he is still talking and acting awkwardly. However, he knows he has to practice, as this is his home and the people he interacts with are citizens of Connect. Today was a great success for Raul. Nokia was the first member who wasn't assigned to her, and she is an alchemist who will leave a mark in history. She will create the cure. Nokia herself is a great alchemist who is no longer in this world. In the past, she also fought the incurable disease called monofalaria. After extensive research, she finally developed a cure, although many people were sacrificed in the process. It doesn't matter now. Raul considers himself lucky that data about Nokia cure is still available in Cafe Link. He purposely gave Nokia a defective version so that she could grow. Hopefully, Nokia will no longer feel burdened by Nikki when she creates the cure. Even if she can't make it in time, Raul can provide her with the remaining data. Everything Raul had planned to do in Mirror is now complete, and he must prepare for his next destination. The next destination is the capital of the Reborn Kingdom, also known as the Tomb of Sword, Metropolis Turium. Raul is getting excited about what will happen in the vast city. Let's get going. A few days later, Raul muttered to himself that they had arrived at the capital of the Reborn Kingdom, Turum. Jake expressed his amazement at the large number of people in the capital, noting that it was quite different from what they were used to. Raul confidently stated that there was no need for them to wait in line, as they were from a county and could enter without any issues. The knights acknowledged his command. Raul then pondered the fact that he had left most of the guild members in Mira and only brought a small group with him, hoping that it would make their mission easier. After entering the capital, he wondered why there were no carriages or escorts waiting for them. Raul turned to Bernard and asked if he had sent the message about their arrival. Bernard assured him that he had, but there seemed to be a mistake. He suggested heading to the mansion first and gathering more people. Raul asked Bernard if he knew the location of the mansion and suggested they move together. Bernard asked a nearby woman if she knew where the Ashton County mansion was, but she had no idea. He asked other people, and one person mentioned that Ashton County was associated with a warrior family. Another person suggested looking for the mansion in the Noble District. However, The patrol in the Noble District informed Raul that there was no Ashton County mansion there and denied them entry. Raul was surprised by the lack of knowledge about his family, but he understood that they were not well known. Jake expressed his frustration. Soldiers are dying stopping monsters at the Ashton County and you are asking where Ashton is. You don't even know who's maintaining this peace, you son of... Raul realized that it made sense for civilians to be unaware of their family, as they rarely visited the capital. However, he found it strange that no one even knew about the mansion's existence, considering its purpose for exchanges with nobles and royals. Raul decided that it was inconvenient, but asked Bernard to go to the office and find the address. Bernard confidently agreed to take care of it. After a little while later, the guard asked, "Are you sure this is the paper? I'm sure this address is for Baron Gendar." Raul asked, "Baron Gendar, not Count Ashton?" The guard replied, "Yes, Baron Gendar has been living there for over 10 years now. We can head there for now." Raul turned to Bernard and asked who he is. Bernard explained, "Baron Gendar is a 50-year-old male. He is your distant cousin and he's in charge of foreign affairs." Raul said, "I see. Let's go to the mansion. I'll have to see it myself." A few moments later, at the mansion gate, the guard asked, "Who are you again?" Philip said, "I am escorting Ashton County's youngest son, Sir Raul." "Where's the foreign affairs officer?" The guard asked. "Ashton County. Do you have an invitation?" Philip asked. "Invitation? What invitation?" The guard said, "You came to a party without an invitation. Please wait over there. I'll be back." Raul was surprised and said, "Party?" Jake advanced with anger towards the guards and said, "What the fuck is happening here? You are asking the owner to wait outside? I don't care who Baron Gendar is. Tell him to come out." Meanwhile, all the guards dropped their weapons and ran away, saying intruders. Jake was surprised by that and asked, What the fuck just happened? Are they running away?" Raul said, "Let's go inside." A person with more guards blocking the path of Raul and his knights approached them and said, "Stop there. You are not allowed to enter this place." He asked, "Who are you?" Philip said, "I am Philip of the Golden Bear Knights of the Ashton County." "Where's Baron Gendar?" The person asked, "Why are you intruders looking for the Baron?" And then the realization hit him. "Wait, Ashton County," he said, "I'm sorry. I heard you were coming, but it was late. I'll let the Baron know right away." "What are you guys doing?" "Bring them to the reception room," his fellow knight said. "Yes." Raul thought, "What the hell is happening? This place is as big as he had heard. It would take forever to go around even with a carriage. That's the building only the direct lineage of the Ashton County can use. Why do I hear music from the building, and there are strangers rolling in the front yard?" Jake asked, "Is there an event today?" "Someone said there's a party." The guard replied, "You didn't know. Today is Baron Gendar's third son, Aaron's birthday party. Parties happen too often here, so we get confused as well." Jake asked angrily, "What? Whose party, Baron?" Gendar said, finally, "You are here. Let's see. Are you Raul? You grew a lot." Raul thought, he seems strong, but then window pop-up showing information, level 50 Baron Gendar. Raul continued with his thoughts. Level 50, not even an expert. I get why other families look down on Ashton. I get why father put this guy in charge of foreign affairs, but I can't accept it. He's even looking down at me." Raul asked, "Do you know me?" Baron Gendar said, "You must have forgotten since it's been a long time. I'm basically your uncle. I'm like a brother to your father." Raul said, "My uncle? I've never heard your name mentioned as my uncle." Baron Gendar laughed and said, "Clever. It must be hard for you to understand since the Ashton family tree is a bit complicated. You can just call me uncle." Raul thought, he thinks I'm stupid. I won't let him take advantage of me. Raul said to Bernard, "Can you re-explain what this guy has to do with me?" Bernard replied, "Yes, sir. Baron Gendar is Count Ashton's second cousin. He is your third cousin and is in charge of foreign affairs at the capital. Baron Gendar said. What are you doing in front of an adult? Did your father not teach you to respect your elders? Raul said. Baron Gendar, you must be very comfortable with my father. Or are you not scared of Ashton County, Philip, except for direct descendants of my family? How many people can talk comfortably with me? Philip replied. Only the Count's younger brother, Viscalenta Liston, sir. Raul asked. And why is that? Philip explained. To show respect to Count Ashton and clearly establish hierarchy. When a count's child comes of age, they inherit the title of Viscount and some land. I also inherited some land with a population of 10,000. Raul said. Now, please tell me, is there a reason why I should be looked down on by a cousin I've never known? Baron Gendar admitted. My fault. I forgot Sir Raul is now an adult. Of course, I will now show respect. Are you satisfied, Sir Raul? Raul replied. Whatever. I think you have a lot to explain. Why don't you explain to us what's going on here? Baron Gendar claimed. I am not sure what you're talking about. Philip interjected. You don't? Why was there no one to escort us? We sent many messages about us coming. Baron Gendar apologized. I told them to send a carriage, but there must have been a mistake. There were many guests today. I'm sorry, Sir Raul. Philip questioned. Let me ask you one more question. Why are you holding a birthday party for your son at the main building? Baron Gendar responded. Philip, maybe you don't know since this is your first time in the capital. We need to have a huge party to show them who we are. This is all part of the foreign affairs, so don't worry about it. What does the god know about nobility? Philip thought to himself. I'll let it be for now. Young master is here as well. Pierce said. Sir Raul, this is the invitation I found at the yard. Raul said to Gendar. This party seems to have no correlation with County Ashton. All I can see in this invitation are the names and the symbol of the Gendar family. Baron Gendar said. That's just an invitation. This is definitely a formal Ashton Counties. Raul said. Even the location says Baron Gendar's mansion. Yet the party is held at the Ashton County's main building. Baron Gendar said. Like I said, that's just an invitation. And I would like to stop arguing about the party. This is past your authority even if you're the young master. You can go argue about it at home. Raul asked. Really? Do you really think this party is right? Baron Gendar said. Of course. It's a long tradition to use the party hall when the mansion is empty. You know it as well, don't you? Raul thought. He's not wrong. It is common to lend a mansion to other nobles. But that's only if he has permission from Count Ashton himself. And Raul said. As a temporary Count Deputy, I order you to end this party within an hour and report the details of the funds spent for this party. Baron Gendar shouted. What nonsense! You are being ridiculous. I can't just send them back. Who gave this kid this authority? Raul thought. Father knew something like this would happen. Raul asked. Are you not following the order? Why don't you worry about your family? I don't think there are any guests that I should worry about. I'm giving you an hour with generosity. Should I go to the party hall myself and tell them? Baron Gendar said. Okay. I'll wrap up the party. You will regret this. Raul thought. The worst that can happen is father yelling at me a little. I'm curious what gave him the confidence to do all this. There isn't any concrete evidence about the collapse of the Ashton County. Maybe I can find something about it here. Who knows, maybe I'll hit the jackpot. This marks the conclusion of the 5th part of this manhwa. The 6th part will be posted tomorrow. So remember to like and subscribe to the channel for future update. See you tomorrow with a new episode.